What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're checking out Ultimate Minor from My Bloody Valentine. Neca figure, just got it. Let's see what we got going on. Let's check it out.
Now tuning into the encountered culture.
In your face, fun to pretend that you want it to end. I'd rather be drinking with my friends. When we go out, you'll never see us again.
As promised, today we're taking a look at the Ultimate Minor from My Bloody Valentine Neca figure. Let's see what we got going on with this box. All right, so of course on the front here we do get that great image mimicking the, well, what would you think? Maybe the VHS cover, DVD cover, however you want to think about it. There you go. On the side here you do get the logo for My Bloody Valentine and your figure name there. On the back we get several versions of the figure looking really nice with the stylized, smoke that they went with here, fog. It just looks really nice as far as that image is concerned. Down there you've got some important information. Of course, it says a decades-old folktale surrounding a deranged murderer killing those who celebrate Valentine's Day turns out to be true to legend when a group defies the killer's order and people start turning up dead. Wow. All right. Comes with some things. Flip it to that side. There's your logo again. And same on the top. Some important information down at the bottom. But let's see here. Flip it there. You got a nice still of the figure in a setting, sort of in a mine, looking really nice. Here's what you've got going on in the box. So, of course, it's Neca. We've got a lot of accessories, as we should. But let's see what this figure looks like. Fresh out of the box, this guy is looking good. I mean, it is exactly what you'd expect for a Neca figure. Nice, sturdy build to it. Lots of accessories, really great details in there. Paint where it needs to be. It's just a nice figure in that regard. Obviously, Neca figures come with their own set of problems. Paint chipping, things like this wire. I always find that as careful as I can be with these things, at some point, maybe it falls off a shelf or something, that's going to end up snapping off from either end at some point. It's unfortunate, but it is such a nice detail on the figure. So, I'll enjoy it for now, that's for sure. Let's take a closer look at what we've got going on for accessories. So, of course, you do get the pickaxe. Really solid, really nice paint detail on the axe portion of that. The wood grain also looking pretty good in itself. You have there's a name for this. To me, it looks like the head of an old school vacuum. I'm sure somebody in the comments will drop the name for that. I know it's in the movie. It makes appearances. But hey, it looks good. All right. You do get a knife and, of course, your little Valentine's Day box. So that pretty stellar detailing on there. Overall, a nice touch. And, of course, your knife, which you could use here or you could use with any number of action figures out there. So I like getting those, even if I'm not going to use it for the intended purpose. Coming in a little bit closer, you can just see the nice detailing throughout. I mean, look at the gloves. Just very weathered, very textured. Excellent looking. Just it adds a layer of depth and realism to what is otherwise a 7-inch action figure, right? Great little paint, blood splatter on there. Excellent texturing throughout the suit. Great wash and sort of weathering on the belt there. Of course, I've already said, like this, it's an excellent detail. Do not get me wrong. But I know at some point in the life of me owning this thing, that is going to break off. And you get that really nice weathered look on the boots as well. I've said in every Neca video, I feel like I'm kind of repeating myself, but the amount of attention to detail that's put into their figures is always so nice. The paint chipping is definitely an issue, but when you get it fresh, it's new. Whew, these things just look really, really crisp. As far as articulation goes, so you will have, a little bit up in the shoulder. You can get the arm around. You're there at the elbow, just like that. You can get a little bit of extra. There is another point of articulation at the elbow, but the glove is going to limit that. You do have a hinge at your wrist, so you can get some movement there. Nothing in the abdomen, nothing in the hip area. You can move the head. You're going to be limited. Of course, this is going to be one point of limitation for you. The collar, another, and then you want to worry about the wire back there. The head can look up about that far, and you'll start to, the mask will come off, but I'll go over that in a little bit, what that looks like under there. But this whole rig does come off here, so that definitely gives you a little bit more to look forward to. This top belt is a separate piece. Looks like the bottom belt is a separate piece as well. Very nice. Okay. Coming to the hip area. So he'll kick out just like that. He'll kick back about that far. Leg comes up there. Going to the knee, you do have one singular point, but it bends just as well as you might need it. Ankle, you do get a limited range of motion, but you do get some side-to-side swivel and a little bit of back and forth, so depending on what you need. Nothing at the upper boot here, no cuts. All right, so there you go. These are not known for several points of articulation. I like them anyway as a more statuesque, sort of like my old school McFarlane figures or even old school NECA stuff that were essentially just glorified miniature statues. So no harm, no foul as far as I'm concerned. It does exactly what I want it to do. It'll look exactly how I want it to in my collection. And then just a quick look without the mask so you can see crazy eyes. Still very nice detailing in there with like the under part of the mask. So that is just a great touch. This obviously could have just been a single head that didn't come off, and they wouldn't have had to go through any of that detailing underneath. So that nice little touch makes all the difference. For your size comparison, I do have this stacked up against a 6-inch scale Spider-Man. So, of course, this Spider-Man's a little bit shorter than 6 inches, but this gives you an idea of how something like this might scale in with a 6-inch figure line. And then here I have them stacked up against a 7-inch scale figure. So this is another NECA. You have a Crimson Ghost Misfits, of course. So you know what this might look like in your NECA display, if that's what you're wondering. Alright folks, so there you have it. There is your Ultimate Miner from My Bloody Valentine under the NECA line. Love these figures in general. I have several of them from many different movies. So big fan of this particular movie line. I believe it's still under the Real Toys banner. Yeah, awesome. Do miss those old school Real Toys. Good things about the figure for sure. Some of the downsides, there are no extra hands. So you do have things like you won't be able to hold that. I don't know that you want to, but you don't have that option. No extra heads. You can take the mask off. So in a sense, you do have two options. So that kind of subverts the need for two heads altogether. So, take it for what you will. Extra hands would have been good. Accessory wise, I do think we're covered. I don't know, maybe a bloody knife or something. The knife is fine though. I'm not going to display it with it. I'm just going to display him with the pickaxe anyway. So this is good for me, but of course there are some things that could have existed in this pack. Happy to see what this looks like, though. Looking forward to seeing what it looks like in the display. So I am all around happy with this purchase, happy with this figure. Looking forward to what it's going to look like in the display. Do appreciate you for coming and hanging out. Appreciate you for checking out the video, especially if you made it this far. Definitely appreciate that. As always, don't forget to check out Instagram. Don't forget to check out Whatnot. Most importantly, though, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe below. And until next time, take it easy.
I'm being erased, I'm being replaced. Counterculture's in your face. It's fun to pretend that you want it to end. I'd rather be a drinking with my friends. When we go out, you'll never see us again.